I had no idea what 2022 had in store for me. First copies of my book finally arrived. In February, I bought Cheeseneeds and I redesigned the logo. In March, I took off for Toronto with my daughter. We stopped at Niagara Falls and met Afra and Pristine. So we picked a blustery day for Ontario. I asked Afrim the best blue cheese to try because I've never ever tried blue cheese, and he recommended this one, so here we go. It's blue, but it's very camembert-y. I'll admit I did pick the least blue bit of the blue cheese to try first. I have some more bluey bits here. There's a mushroomy camembert flavour. This comes from Quebec and it's amazing. I'm gonna have to get that Penicillium Roquefort out of my freezer and give that a go. Awesome. My mum had a big important birthday and I was glad I could be there. Well, when you're 2 hours away from Cheddar, you have to stop in. I called ahead and they let me in the affination room. This is Catherine, she's the owner.
First of all, you're assessing what it looks like. So we talked about that in terms of appearance, size, shape. You know, that looks perfect, typical of a cave. So we're going to use a grating iron to bore into the side of the cheese. Now it's quite a hard job, so you need to get your hand behind it. And the end of the grating iron, can you see it all right? Mm-hmm. The grating iron is very sharp at the end, so push in. So sorry if you can't see. No. And then you turn. So we're just trying to make sure we've got a nice round cut, and then gently pull out. Don't do it too quickly because your arm is going to shoot backwards. But you're looking for lots of things at this stage. So a nice even colour, which goes from darker to lighter, which we've got there. Hope you can both see. Is that okay? It's going to be darker at the edge because it's dried out more there because you've got the rind. So that is typical. You always look at the back of the iron to make sure you've got a nice fat streak. If you have blobs of water, which you sometimes get, that's a sign that the cheese could be acidic because the whey is coming out. So that looks typical. It's lovely.
Then she let me have a go.
Oh, crikey. Did you get it? Did I get it? This is something to put on your website.
We stopped by Diddley Squat Farm Shop to pick up some bee juice and a nice pork pie. And we went to Braystones Beach where my grandmother used to live, just outside of Scotland. Then we went inside of Scotland. This is Hawick. And Melrose.
Of course, while I was away, Goatsart delivered 4 babies. My first blue, a Gorgonzola Dolce. This one turned out. Okay, these are my Stilton. The smell in here is disgusting. Like, seriously, I want to throw up. This can't be right. This, oh God. Huge highlight of the year for me was a 1-hour chat with Gavin Webber. You can find it on his YouTube.
Okay, so we're live on Granville Island in Vancouver, and I'm in cheese heaven. Oh, you bet some of these babies are coming home with me.
I was allowed to film inside Les Amis de Fromage, where I met with the lovely Risa, and she explained all things cheese to me. Then I went to the Cheese Pusherman Roadhouse and had chat with cheese. For my birthday, I got a cheese tattoo.
Hello, I'm Tracy Johnson, and I'm making cheese in this, so you can definitely do it in your kitchen.
And then I met Kate at Venison for dinner, and we had a chat with cheese. I came up with a cheeky technique to add marbling to your cheese, and tried mimolette for the first time. I made some wine, which I call drunken fumbling. I interviewed Will at Birch and Boar. You can find that on my YouTube as well. And I got a new license plate. Final trip of the year was to Victoria, where I've never been, on Vancouver Island. Yes, I own a dress. Just the one. My husband was getting a service award. He's the one in the middle. We stopped by at Chirelli's, Parliament, and the Wooden Shoe Cheese Company. Oh my Gouda. A lovely getaway. Then came the cheese advent calendar. I'd like to thank all my customers for making this an awesome year, and next year will be epic.